Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to round number 12 for today's video. And today we're gonna race at the Hungarian Ring for season 1 right now with 20 points. Last time out we scored a point at the German Grand Prix. Well, we didn't score a point, we nicked a point, should I say. It was George Russell's, I'm gonna say, but yeah, we still nicked it on the in the final lap or so, which was okay, I guess. Like, a bit dirty up the inside, but sometimes that's racing. You gotta go for it. You got to send it, as they would say, or as maybe Daniel Ricciardo would say. But today we're at Hungary for round number 12 for the 12th Grand Prix in season 1 of career mode. And yeah, I'm looking forward to this one in some sense, but also anticipating it because on last year's game, okay, it was a very difficult track I found to master. Okay, and the AI did have a reasonable pace advantage. But I'm looking forward to it because we got a few upgrades here for this Grand Prix, so you know, we should be in theory okay. Our car, there's no reason, sorry, our car shouldn't be competitive. We've got a gearbox, a fresh gearbox more or less, only 8% wear, you know, so we're looking good, I think, personally. We're not looking too bad or too shabby, should I say. So yeah, you know, things are looking good. We'll get into practice 1 for our first practice session of the weekend. We'll get some of the practice programs done, and we'll just see where we are generally on the grid today, you know, now I said my video was going to come out on Saturday. I've changed that, so the video comes out today, no video over the weekend. And yeah, so that's been changed, okay, so don't expect any video over the weekend. This is the final video for the week, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. And yeah, let's get into it then. This final episode for this week. First video next week will be all day. Won't be all day then. First video next week. First video next week probably will be a career mode, followed then by followed then by the F1 car versus F2 car, and then it'll be another career mode video. Then there won't be any career mode video on, until probably Sunday the 14th. That's probably when the next career mode video will be, but yeah. Alright, through turn 1 and 2. Up the hill, commit to that left-hander. Very difficult that left-hander is. One of the toughest corners, I'd say, on the calendar overall, because it's uphill. You can't actually see the exit, really. And you got to have that belief the exit's there on the corner, sort of thing. Whereas through here, you'll see what I mean. You can see where you want to be. And down the hill. Keep a nice tight line, and that time just a bit too much power at the wrong time. Sort of trying to power up the car here, and I didn't let it drift out wide enough. With them long corners, the earlier you can get on the throttle, 9 times out of 10, the better.
Get a bonus for consistency if you can chain good corners together.
Down the hill, into turn 2 now. Alright, up the hill. Again, as I say, you can't actually see this corner till you get to the apex. Just have to have belief that the exit is there. And the car will grip through the chicane. Now, thing about this track, only a few overtaking spots that are really possible through this middle sector. Really, just limited chance. You'd have to have severe grip, but you can make overtake, sorry, possible. Down Cerny here, I'd say, is certainly overtaking potential. Even in this final sector, around slower corners, you do need probably a bit more grip than the other car, but there is a chance. But your main overtaking spots have to be certainly sector 1, where the DRS is, obviously. So yeah, this is where the overtaking will take place during the race, more importantly. Now we're going to put on a bit of a car setup. Gonna lower wing just a tad. Gonna go, I think we'll run 5.7. Go 85.
Our best lap so far is a 1 minute 23.8.
There we go. I feel like that's where we want to go this weekend. And we're gonna now do race strategy. Let's see how good we are for the race then. And yeah, hopefully we'll be looking good, in good shape for today's race. Right now we're splitting the Williams. I'm not too sure whether that's a positive thing or a negative thing. Right, out of the last corner, down the main straight. Obviously we're running a bit more front downforce now, so that should just help the car. Especially through the corners. And we're running also a bit less rear downforce. Just to also balance it out on the straight. Oh, that was a big hit.
Let me know you're okay.
Into the barrier. That was a huge hit. Just lost the car. But that's what I mean. You gotta hope the car just grips up. Bit of an excursion off track there. Right. Middle. That was very wide through there. That was ridiculous. So, not finding this track easy, just like last year. This is Monaco, as they say, without the barriers.
Great lap. You've nailed what we asked for. Keep it up.
But you know, even though they say this is Monaco without the barriers, I disagree. And there's a few reasons why I disagree. One, it has grass, and two, it does actually have barriers. You're never too far away from a barrier around here. And it's not as tight as Monaco either. Overtakes are a lot more possible. But it is a driver's circuit, like a driving error. It's probably the most costly thing around here.
Okay, super job so far. We're getting great.
Right, now up in the pace.
Focused.
Alright, just up in the pace now, ever so slightly. Really now starting to push on. Here we go then. We're really making lap time here. 1.3 up on the Delta, which is our best lap so far. Best lap so far, and that's good enough for 4th place then there, which isn't bad indeed. So let's skip to the qualifying.
So let's review our top three.
P10 then there.
Hulkenberg and Max Verstappen. What an incredible practice session. The fun doesn't stop here though. Join us again as the rest of the weekend unfolds.
So just working out where we're looking, and I'm gonna say we're just behind the Hazzes and the Renaults. But I think we can say we're ahead of, I think, the Alphas. My teammate again, by the looks of it. I think we're on par with the Hazzes, or just behind them. We're not too far from them. I think we're ahead of the McLarens and certainly the Williams. But we're about to find out anyway. In qualifying. So here we go then for what is the Hungarian qualifying then, ladies and gents. So obviously looking forward to this quali. Obviously, as I say, I'm anticipating though at the same time a bad weekend, so don't think it's all plain sailing, because we look strong in quali. In practice. Practice, like we saw in Silverstone, we looked strong there in practice, and we fell well short actually. So yeah. Right, but we're about to find out anyway, as we now gonna crack on with Q1, and let's go out straight away. Of course, it is actually meant to be a wet race, so it may not matter where we start in terms of the, you know, qualifying. So if we do get to Q2 or Q3, it could actually be a bit more of a bonus and be better at this race, because if it is going to be wet for the race, you know, and not dry at any one stage, basically we don't have to then start on whatever tyre. So basically point is, because if you get through to basically Q2, okay, then okay, the tyre you do your best lap on, you have to start on. So long you get into Q3. So basically, the Q2 tyre becomes your race tyre, or for your first stint, certainly becomes that tyre. So if it's raining though, you obviously don't have to start on that tyre. You can start on either the inters or the wets, depending on how wet the track may or may not be. So, you know, getting into, you know, Q3 today may not disadvantage us in any way, shape or form. Because usually it would probably pose a bit of a threat to disadvantage us. Q3, I would have had to say. I know, obviously, you may say, but wouldn't you want to be in Q3? And the answer, yes, but ideally, you want to be either the quickest car or starting on the best tyre. And if you've got neither of those, then Q3 is a bit pointless. Alright, Kevin Magnussen. Hopefully we'll get out of the way. Gonna nick a bit of a slipstream. That wasn't too bad. I don't think I was impeded there as much, maybe as the Austria incident. Bit slidey. Get the car turned in. Now just focus on our apex speeds. Corner entries and exits. That's what we've got to do here. Really commit through there. Get the car now nicely slowed for this long left-hander. Drift the car out wide. Get on the power nice and early. Again, get the car turned in. Drift the car out wide. That was terrible across the line. We were probably... That certainly cost us. I'm just going to use the one flashback here. Jeez, that cost us a lot of time. And up to there, we were having more or less a pretty good lap. So we were going to only be 2/10, so it cost us about 2/10 of a second then there. I'm going to go off the circuit. Whew. So I'm only going to use that one flashback. I don't think that was anything much to use that. Because, yeah, we made a driving error. I'll admit that, but, yeah, that was, sort of got onto that asphalt, and then, once you're on that, you lose probably about a good percentage of your grip. In terms of updates of a circuit this year, I've noticed on the game, not many. It looks like they've upped the sausage curb a little bit.
There's only one lap of fuel remaining.
Especially, I'll show you where I feel they've made a bit of a difference. So you can still run as wide as you like, but I feel like the biggest difference, I'll just show you, it's really just after that fast left-hander, where you're praying for the grip just to be there. So coming in now, so obviously we'll see the lap time. We probably will have to go again. I'm not gonna bet against this one, but obviously we'll just see. What is that lap time? How much of a difference is there between maybe us and the well, advancing through? Could we even get through without going again? Or is it a must go again? So we're gonna prepare that extra set. So right now we're in P9, and yeah, we're gonna have to go again, aren't we? By the looks of it. let's just see where we are at the end. So we're in 17th now, so it's looking pretty close. I think we got time in there, in the lap, so it's going to be close. Certainly going to have to go again if we want to progress through. Albon has certainly improved, but is he safe? That's the question. Obviously, we're going to go again probably now. I want to get out this time early so we don't miss our second lap attempt. So let's go. So, right, we're now going. Okay, this will be our second lap. This is our last lap to get everything right and to progress into Q2. I think Alexander Albon should be safe. It looks like the battle for elimination right now is between us and a few others. As I say, we should be safe in theory, so long we get the lap in. I do think the speed of the car is good. It's just about now getting the car in that right place. Finding a rhythm. That's what this circuit's about. Right, turning up the engine now. Want to delay Perez. I have a final corner. Here we go then. Across the line, losing a bit of lap time because we didn't get the best or the cleanest exit. Down into turn 1. And we're up by a good 10th or so, but then Kui took a bit of a tow, we sort of lose a bit of that time. Up by now 2/10 here, so we're looking good. That's the second time on the lap where it counted, where we've just gone into that barrier. Gaining a bunch of time through here. I feel like the neater you are on this circuit, the better. So it's like thinning a needle, if that makes sense, or threading the needle. You just want to try and thread that needle just right, and you do get there. So that's us into Q2, ain't it? Yep, 12. So Q2, that's us through. So obviously now we can progress into Q3. Only just been outdone by our teammate there, who's in 10th place. Still think there's more time. So let's see if there's anyone who could outdo us still. I think really, actually, you know, I think this could be a very interesting fight. Oh, actually, you know, I'm going to take that back. Well, actually, no, I'm not going to take that back, sorry. It is going to be interesting, because only less than about 2/10 between ourselves and Albon, and that means, okay, any of our 5 drivers, six drivers, could progress into the top 10 and be the last car in that top 10 right now. So yeah, this is actually going to be probably a bit then closer, you know, again than we thought you know, based on that, because our pace wasn't bad there. It was just we made 1 or 2 errors, and yeah, I'm happy with that. So long we don't make the errors when it really matters, okay, now, then I'm fine. But let's go out. So this will be, again, another now lap. So this is our first lap in Q2. So, yeah. We're about to see whether or not we can just up that game to find maybe that extra tenth or two that could maybe just give us that prospect of making it through to the final part of qualifying for a second time in our career. But I also like to see Albon go through, you know, who's my teammate. I know that sounds a bit stupid of me to say, oh, I wish Albon could go through as well. But honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing Albon in the top 10. It shows them the car is good here. And it shows where we're certainly doing good. So, let's see. Right, out final corner, this time getting a bare exit than our final lap in Q2, and no one in front of us, more or less. So going very much a clean run here. Up the hill. Are a bit twitchy through there. Don't feel like we maximised it through here. No. Certainly not. But for the most part, that clearly weren't a bad lap. I don't think. Only a tenth shy of Daniel Ricciardo, which would indicate to me it was an okay lap. Obviously, we're only 4 tenths down on Bottas, so yeah, 6 tenths down on Verstappen, so that looking even more and more better. But of course, that's our first lap. We're ahead of Vettel here in Q2. That could be an indication maybe of a second Q3 appearance, or we're on the brink of certainly a second Q3 appearance. And here, which is lovely to see. Leclerc going fastest now of the session. Then, so Vettel down in 6th position. One of the big runners, of course. And I always say, you have to really watch out for just some big runners around. They are the ones who you need to keep your eye on. You don't have to keep your eye on, you know, other runners. Like, because don't get me wrong, the big 6, or the top 6 drivers on the grid in theory, are the ones going to have the fastest lap time 9 times out of 10 at the end of the day. So they are the ones you need just to be monitoring. And here we're looking good. So yeah, again, obviously that could be a symbol that we're through to Q3 here for a second time in our career. And by no means was it a great lap, but it wasn't a bad lap, I wouldn't have said. I would say it was in the middle. So, things are looking good after the first run then here, ladies and gents. Let's obviously see. On the Delta, it's saying we can go 1 second quicker still. If that's true, then no one's safe at the moment.
So far,
but
our fastest lap is
we're looking good.
19.9.
So right now we're in 9th place. Obviously, we are going to have to go again because it's too tight to just leave the time roll. 2/10 is the gap. But as I say, right now, it's surprisingly my teammate isn't right now as close as what I would have thought. You know, but maybe he's got something yet still to come. I just don't know.
We're 15th in the speed trap, 160.2 miles per hour. All clear the garage, please.
Right, here we go. So this will be our second timed run. And right now we're in 9th. Obviously, I have no idea whether or not anyone else has that just extra ounce of time to improve. Obviously, we're all gonna go for one final run. So, yeah. By the time we get round to the checkered, we could be eliminated. By the time also we get round to the checkered, we could be through. I have just no idea on whether or not anyone will be able or capable of improving to knock out Sebastian Vettel or myself. Now, Vettel's on the soft tyre now, the same as myself. However, okay, so that really guarantees him through. We're now down to 10th, so we're now out. So Vettel will be in 11th by the time Sebastian completes his flying lap or lower. So this is gonna be very, very close. I've never had it, I don't think, as close in a qualifying session for the top 10 shootout in my life on this game. So Vettel's gonna get through, that's a guarantee. So Ricardo's gone top, by the way. That's why we've probably been demoted. Right, out final corner, down into turn 1, and obviously is this the lap that just gets us through into Q2. So we're 3/10 up right now.
2 minutes remaining in the session.
So about 3/10 up. Are we through? I think we are. It's Q3, ladies and gents. P9. What a lap. We are through. Don't get me wrong. Again, weren't the cleanest lap. But we are through into Q3 then there. And yeah. Ahead of Magnussen. Then I think this is going to be the brink. But Daniel Ricciardo takes pole position or provisional pole in Q2. So could Ricciardo be a challenger for pole going into Q3? Obviously right now, technically, as things would stand, let's say the session just ended like that. Now, Ricardo would be your pole sitter, which is quite odd. That would be one hell of a grid, you know. But yeah, let's have a look at who's out. So Albon, surprisingly a lot further back than I would have thought. I thought he would easily be challenging, which is a surprise, I think, to my opinion, actually, there. But not far was Perez, bit further back was Grosjean, then a long way back was Butler, and then Russell, and then obviously my teammate so far back then there in P15. But we're through safely then into this third segment of qualifying, and we're only going to have time for the one run here because we've only got one fresh set of tyres. So yeah, we're starting 10th, I think, no matter what. I don't really see us improving too much, in all honesty. But, you know, at the end of the day, who knows? So, obviously, we're preparing now for basically what will be our final lap in the session. We've got no fresh sets of tyres except the ones reserved for Q3. We might as well go out and burn them up because they, anyway, go back for the end of a session, and they do not be used in the race. So no matter what, we have to start regardless on now our Q2 set of tyres. However, it is expected to rain in the race, so yeah, just waiting here for a few cars to appear on track. We're gonna probably go now.
Engine fired, we're set.
So here we go. So this will be literally our only lap. There won't be any more laps now. We've only had time for one run, and the real reason behind that is because basically we've got no more fresh sets of tyres. So effectively, yeah, we're effectively on our very last set. And obviously, if you're new to F1, basically what happens is, if you get through to Q1, well, you're allowed, okay, 7 sets for qualifying, okay, basically. And overall, I think it's 13 sets for the entire race weekend, or something like that. Okay, basically what happens is, if you get through to Q2, the set you do your fastest lap time on in Q2, so long you progress into Q3, will be the tyre you start on. Then once in Q3, you get given an additional set, which then goes back at the end of the tyre, regardless whether it's used or not, okay, and then that tyre will be no longer available for the remainder of the weekend. So basically, this is a purpose-built qualifying tyre for this part of qualifying, just to allow, basically, it was in theory introduced to just give the smaller teams a better hope. If they do get into Q3, they have an equal chance with the likes of Ferrari, Mercedes, Red Bull to qualify up there at the front. That was the idea of the thing, but in a way, as you know, like all things do in F1, they don't really work out that way. So through turn 1, weren't our best run through turn 1, I don't think. Got to focus now. Feel like this lap's only good enough for 10th right now. I don't really feel it. .7 down on Charles Leclerc. So can we prevent a Ferrari front row? No, we can't, and that's in fact slower than our Q1 time. I'm sorry, Q2 time. So yeah, P10 in the end. That's all we were capable
We're all
of.
ready for tomorrow's race,
But
before
you know,
we begin, let's have a quick look at those who will be fronting
there was
the
no
grid.
harm with going out
Bottas
then having a
and
go.
Sebastian
I don't
Vettel.
think,
Well, that
personally.
wraps up qualifying, but don't worry,
So,
we'll be back tomorrow
yeah,
as we head
there's
into
your
the
starting
Grand
top
Prix.
10. So I'll just read from 5th to 6th and 5th to 10th. So Hamilton, Verstappen, Ricciardo, Hülkenberg, Kevin Magnussen, and myself. Your top 3 are Vettel, Bottas, and Charles Leclerc starting on pole. So obviously P10.
Amazing performance out there.
That was
I'm
our
sure
second
you're pretty
Q3
happy with
performance and appearance.
It's been a great qualifying session for you. Are you going to carry that momentum into the race?
Just say something else.
It looks like you've really been focusing on research and development this season. Great. Well, that's everything.
So there we go. That's the media interview done, of course, for this episode. So hopefully we'll have a good race now. And it is meant to be wet. Now, last time we drove in the wet, we had a wet qualifying session. Didn't go too well, let's put it that way. However, the last time we had a wet race, of what I can recall, was at China, and we didn't do too bad, okay, in that session. Also, I think we had a wet track in Barcelona at one stage, so we didn't do too bad there either. So yeah, this is gonna be really interesting. I just want to see how we will you know, get on here in this wet race, if it is gonna be wet for the race. Let's just have a look.
Good for the race.
By the looks of it, yes. But how wet is the crucial, I guess, bit? Is it gonna be inters? Is it gonna be wets? Will it fluctuate between the inters and wets? You know, how wet is it gonna be? Let's see. And the answer is, I think that's
We've seen
inters.
some astonishing
Not too
Grand
sure.
Prix here over the years, haven't we? The drama of 2015 with the race minutes away from starting.
That must be the inter tyre. I'm gonna assume it is. It's got to be. No way, it's wet. Oh no, it is wet.
Let's be patient going into
So,
turn 1. We want to
right.
be in a good position for the rest of the race. Good luck.
So right now, my race strategist engineer is saying we're gonna go for the one stop, which is 15 seconds quicker. However, if we chose to do a one stop, which would give us a fresher set towards the end of the race, would technically just make it. So I presume they're saying it's gonna be about the track position today, more importantly. So, welcome to a wet Hungary.
Okay, our system checks are good. We need to stay in formation and start bringing the car up to temperature, please.
Welcome
Get some
to a
road into the
very
tyres and work
wet
the brakes.
Hungary.
We want them nice and warm by the end of the lap.
Obviously, this race is going to be all about who can stay on the track. Magnussen going a bit slow there, not happy with that.
These conditions don't look like they're shifting. We're predicting at least 20 minutes of heavy rainfall.
By the way, at the Brazilian Grand Prix, I am going to do a bit of a tribute video to Ayrton Senna. I'm going to run Ayrton Senna's crash helmet, by the way, as it is his home race. Just wanted to mention that. Just going to use the flashback. I know it's not really needed here. I've already got a feeling this race is not going to go well. That's my opinion, though. Let's find out as we're now preparing to start the Hungarian Grand Prix here at the Hungaroring in Hungary. That all rather rhymes, but nonetheless. So, Hulkenberg just ahead in P8.
Keep an eye on the lights. The start sequence will begin as soon as the grid is formed. Be ready with the clutch.
Can we take the challenge to Renault today? Or will the challenge be taken to us? Lights out. And away we go. Not been the greatest start. Covering the inside line, but then just getting an awful lot of wheel spin. Going to have to go down the inside. It was Kubica who we made a small bit of contact with. So not a great start, and even worse as we take a trip across the grass, and that's us down to P20 then here, ladies and gents. I did say it weren't going to be a great race, and already we're down into 20th after what was such a great qualifying in the end. So yeah, it looks like this race, or you know, what was done in qualifying has already fallen apart. Nonetheless, we're still going to plow on. We haven't broken any of the car, I don't think, which is good. Means we can still go racing here at the Hungaroring, and we're going to push.
That was a bad start, but don't overreact. We can salvage this.
Stroll out wide. And that's us now recovering already one place in this Grand Prix, so that's us back up into 19th. Alright, let's try and get maybe to where Albon is, overtake Albon, who's also struggling right now, I think, personally. Alright, let's go. Good exit off that corner, and that's us now into 18th. Obviously no DRS, every move has to be instinctive here. Won't be DRS for the entire race actually. So every overtake that we may make on the circuit will be purely because it's all natural. We're off circuit there. I don't really want to hand back the place to my teammate who is slower right now. I just want to crack on because now we're starting to find a bit more pace in this Grand Prix as we're settling into a rhythm. I don't want to destroy that rhythm. I know that wasn't the greatest overtake on my teammate. Overshot the braking zone. And I do apologise. But the pace is actually okay right now. So maybe, just maybe, there's something to gain out of this race. Who knows? But what I do know, we need to still make up for lost time. Otherwise, that little, I guess, incident with my teammate Albon will be all squandered. And for whatever reason this season, Myself and my teammate have got an issue with hitting one another.
Heavy rain to stay a while. Doesn't look like it's moving anytime soon.
And that's, yeah, I'm gonna give myself 3 flashbacks in this race, okay? Maximum 3. So this is the first of them at 3. I feel like that's only the fair thing to do. Because it is a wet race, and even though there's been 1 or 2, you could arguable like moments from myself, I think our pace hasn't been maybe as weak as I once thought.
Let's turn up the ERS deployment and burn some of this energy.
Right, just going offline, just to cool the engine.
Grosjean have an issue with their car. They're going to be slow.
Roman Grosjean is going to be a bit slower now. Look how much we're gaining on Weber. As us, myself, Weber and Butler battling it out. Also alongside Grosjean, a more experienced, we go off track.
We need to get past here. Use overtake. Use overtake.
So, I thought we were going to run into the back of Weber there, so I decided to take the run off. Thank God it was there. So right now Grosjean is the man who's struggling in these wet conditions. Must have some sort of car issue, as Raikkonen I'm gonna certainly use. So this will be our second flashback. After this, we've only got 1 more flashback, by the way. So yeah, it's not looking great. We may be on 0 flashbacks by the time we get to lap 10. Hopefully not. What a idiot. Left me no room and he expects to get through. Luckily no damage to the car. It's done. While I'm away, to get the grip, you need to go onto the wetter part of the circuit. Right, that's our 3rd flashback. So we're not allowed any more flashbacks in this race. So, yeah. What lap are we going to break our front wing on, I wonder? Right.
You're catching the car ahead, but remember, we need to get to the end of the race on these tyres.
I'm gonna say the unlucky number will be 7. Where we break our front wing. That's my feeling. I'm gonna make a sort of a agreement. If we can get to lap 12 without breaking my front wing, I'm gonna just give ourselves one flashback to use from then to the end of the race. Feel like that's a fair agreement.
It's not a perfect situation, but I don't think we have cause to move on to a different tyre yet.
Weather report.
The radar suggests that this heavy rain will be with us for a while now. Full wets seem like the best tyre for now.
So right now, myself and Viba battling it out. 2 former Formula 2 teammates. And Viba obviously doing a good job.
Battery charge is high. Let's increase ERS to
Keeping me
1
honest
pace.
here. He is only 6 tenths away. And maybe now more like 6 tenths in front. But we're just gonna immediately get Viva back, but then immediately going off here in the braking zone. And yeah, that wasn't great. So Albon behind me right now, who's in 16th. Jeez, this is so wet, and car just snaps on you at any given moment. Like there, it's a bit more slidey. You just gotta tame the car, but you know, especially at low speed. And I did say lap 7 was the lap we would break the front wing. And we've brought out the virtual safety car.
Keep a positive delta. Got that confirmed.
So the good news is, actually, we got a virtual safety car, which gives us effectively a free pit stop. Bad news is we're in last. A virtual safety car ain't gonna stay out forever. So yeah, we're probably losing a lot of time. The virtual safety cars are now ending, so probably gonna gain about half a pit stop here. And safety cars now ended.
Exit now.
I think that's the end of our race.
That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops.
Oh yeah. And Ricardo's out, so we're gonna gain immediately back 1 place in the race. But yeah, what I may do fastest lap attempt and then retire the car. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I've decided. So we're gonna save up our fuel. Okay.
Caution.
In this sector. then why not give it a go?
Green flag.
We're just gonna basically save up our fuel for maybe a lap here. Till that's around 60% or plus 60. So that's about a lap, I would say. Then we're just going to go for it. Then we're going to pit again and go on to the inters. Okay, to see whether or not we can do a fast lap on the intermediate tyre. Like, who knows? Not going to be easy. But yeah, like, because this race is over, we're not coming back. I'm sorry to say. Like, yeah, there's just, like, right now, I don't even know what we're racing for.
Okay, gap ahead is 27.6 seconds.
Like, we're gaining on Grosjean, but Grosjean was meant to have issues, so that's just like gaining on a peanut, if you understand where I'm coming from. Like, might as well say we're gaining on, you know, a snail or something likewise, you know. Alright, how's our fuel? Right, we're gonna go for it. And this is the lap where we just then make the most of our ERS, and yeah. We're not gonna use our fuel mixture until, by the way, we're on the inters. Alright, here we go then. Down into turn 1. Fastest first sector. Fastest second sector, so this is looking like it's gonna be the fastest lap of the race. If we can do that, that'd be something. To take away the fastest point from one of the top 6, who knows? And we've done exactly that. We have taken away the fastest lap of the race, and it's gone to us. So obviously we won't get a point for that, but yeah, what we do get is a bit of pride, and we're actually denying whoever done the fastest lap that one extra point effectively. So yeah, that is a brilliant thing. I really love that. We're now going to go on to the inters, take a gamble and try and do a brand new fastest lap on that, you know, tyre. Is it even possible? Will it work? That's the question that we've got to now ask ourselves. We are going to try it. We might as well roll the dice to try and secure that fastest lap. The only thing is, this could prompt others onto that tyre, and basically that would just basically then ruin that chance. But nonetheless, we're still going to go for it. There's no doubt, no question in my mind what we do here. And yeah, we are going to just go for it. Might as well, you know, there's nothing to lose, you know, from taking this risk. Like, we've already damaged our front wing. We're running in last place, so might as well. And then we're going to retire the car. Fairly simple, I think that is. So, soon as we've done this fastest lap, if possible, this will be then the end of our race. So, on goes the fresh set of inters.
They fixed whatever the problem was. They're coming back up to speed.
So,
go, go, go.
right. So this is going to be where, if even possible, we are going to try and do the fastest lap on a set of intermediate tyres. And you know what? The inters don't feel that bad. They certainly don't feel slow, so I think it is going to be a bit of a 50-50 one. I don't think it's going to be straightforward, but inters don't feel too bad, you know. Feel quite nice, in fact. Probably nicer than the wets. So obviously this is gonna be
Fuel target is
hopefully
+4. Faster engine modes are available.
a moment to savage. And then we're just gonna retire the car somewhere parked up safe. So here we go. This is the moment of truth. Can we do the fastest lap on a set of intermediate tyres? I have no idea.
Seconds.
And immediately, by the time we get to turn 1, no chance on this first attempt. So I'm gonna abort this first attempt. Obviously, I have one more crack at it on next lap, okay, ladies and gents. Obviously, do bear in mind, first time going round, you know, sometimes just mess up braking zone. But in terms of tyre heat, it doesn't feel bad. Like,
Increase ERS
feels
deployment.
more
It's
or
time
less
to use some of this
about what
charge.
you'd expect. Obviously, gonna only have one more crack because, yeah, I don't feel it's worth having a second attempt, or well, a third attempt. Sorry. So this will be the final time we attempt it. If we feel like, if we master that first corner, just get it right. We've obviously put ourselves in a shout, so long we don't make a mistake before we get to the first corner, because we got to get round, of course. Alright, so that Ferrari's gaining quickly. And yeah,
Box, we're adjusting the strategy.
I'm just gonna retire the car then.
Blue flag.
So there we go, we're gonna retire the car. Did we secure the fastest lap? Let's see. Oh, what's happening here? So right, that's us out. I've decided we're not going to go further.
So, another excellent win from Ferrari.
So who won? Let's see.
Anthony Davis.
It was Vettel. It was Sebastian Vettel, your race winner. So that's another race win for Seb.
It's a very balanced package in the wet.
And he's going to gain a haul of points back on the Mercedes. Then and back in the championship. Then there.
Here come our winners now. A thrilling race and a tremendous effort by
So
Ferrari.
Vettel,
Their
Gasly
history is well
and
known, so it's no
Hamilton
surprise to
on
fans
the
world
podium.
over to see them come out on top. So then, it's time to see how this result affects the drivers'
Hamilton
championship. This
took
result narrows the
that
gap between our championship leader
fastest
and the rest
lap,
of the
did he?
standings. Now,
Or did
let's
we?
discuss, Ants. Who would you say is a
No.
contender for driver of the day?
Well,
We
I have to
took
give
the
it to Lucas
fastest lap.
Weber. Cool, calm, collected,
Yes.
a very consistent
We
performance and one that he can
took
definitely be
the
proud of today.
fastest lap
Let's move on to the
off
constructors. The lead at the
the
top
top
comes down after
10.
a strong weekend from the challenging
Then
pack.
there. I know that's
that was
nothing to
certainly an
celebrate,
incredible weekend of
but
racing.
yeah.
Be sure to join myself and Ant for more
Yeah,
exciting
what can
Formula
be said?
1 action soon.
And Williams score 4 points. So where did the Williams finish? 8th. George Russell finishes in 8th, ladies and gents. Wow, what a result for George. 4 points at the Hungarian Grand Prix. Last time we denied him a points. This time we couldn't. But 4 points for George Russell then. Meaning there is now only 2 drivers yet to score a point. And that is Robert Kubica and Alexander Albon. So we'll now jump into the contract negotiations.
Bad luck today. That must
And
be
then we'll
incredibly
jump
disappointing.
Forward, I guess, to the
Some
Belgium Grand Prix
excellent
race
overtaking
weekend.
moves from your former
weekend.
teammate today. Did he learn
But
some of them from
you know,
Devon did much better in today's race than he did in qualifying. Were you expecting that?
got a few hiccups here.
That crash looked pretty serious. Can you walk me through what happened?
So just saying the car didn't feel
There
right.
was some contact between you two. What happened out there?
Sort of not
Appreciate
commenting
your
there
time.
because obviously, oh geez, these hiccups are very bad. I wonder whether any YouTubers had hiccups on live broadcasting. Maybe I'm the first.
That's very disappointing. I know you can do better than that. Take stock of what went wrong so you can get a better result next time.
Right. Right, I feel like my teammate's been underperforming, but I'm not going to promote myself. Well, I don't want that first driver responsibility just yet. However, we are both new to the team, so we're gonna apply for it. Why
Our
not?
proposal has been accepted. The new
So there we
contract
go.
will take effect from the next race weekend.
We are the first driver. I don't think my teammate's been performing up to par just yet, and I feel like I should be the first driver in the team. We're the ones who scored 20 points right now, and also we have outperformed him nine times out of 10. So For me, that's a promotion. Right. Let's gain that back. Let's get, hopefully, these two on the car. And then, obviously, them two are now on the car. Also, we're going to have the aerodynamics upgrade. And yeah. Right, I need to select the tyres. So, just gonna see whether or not them upgrades come through. And yeah. So, obviously, we are now the #1 driver. Could be a bit of a wet conditions for quali. And yeah. But Williams right now on the move. They are flying. And we've got the what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the 6th best engine. So yeah, that's okay. Falling behind in the aero and in the chassis, so that's where we're losing out. Obviously, probably make 2 more upgrades there, and maybe 1 upgrade here, and if affordable, 1 upgrade here. Then that'll be all the upgrades for the season done. So yeah. So thank you for joining. I'll see you all next time, which will be Monday. Sorry about the hiccups. Really can't help them. For whatever reason, which is highly unusual. And see you all next time for another video. Until then, have a good day.